Now you can hear us. We were talking to ourselves.
Forget that intro. No longer needed.
I forgot to switch from my daughter, so she uses this whole setup, but in a different way. She uses it for her YouTube channel for her singing. And I told her, I was like, you record videos singing and playing guitar, because she uses that Rodecaster, you know, because she can do the guitar plug-in.
Sound setup, yeah.
Yeah, so she does the mic, the singing mic, and the guitar plug-in. And so she plugs that in and unplugs my this board. And then, but you have to go in here, and in settings, you have to change it from this board to that board and vice versa. And so
you got to go through
we totally switched it back from her setup to my setup, but then we forgot to go into settings.
Hey, you know, it's a great intro though, because I always love tuning in and seeing nothing but.
Well, the funny thing was, I was like, we're like chatting for a second, and I'm like looking, and the microphone bar is just not doing anything.
For those of you out there that are great lip readers, tell us what we said.
Yeah. Waffle Houser says this is his first stream in nearly a year. He's at the hospital with his wife trying to have a baby.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Matt B, look at that. He says, there we go. I've been waiting in anticipation. Half my lunch break gone through. I'm sorry, Matt B. We got started late today, and I'm sorry. It's already 11 o'clock.
It's been a little while since you've seen this background, you know, so it took a little bit to get that going too.
Yeah, well, not this background, but that background up here. Yeah, so...
I didn't wave wide enough. All this.
So I don't play the game anymore. In fact, I got a message just this morning from another viewer who was like, do you still play? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm sorry, dude.
The ghost of Warrior Past is still up there, but it has not been logged
I know a bunch of people, this is funny too, a bunch of people that messaged me when I quit, and they were like, it's never going to be permanent. You're never going to quit. You'll be back. You'll be back. And I'm like, okay.
Whatever you say, dudes.
Whatever you say, my dude. So I don't start something lightly, and I don't finish something lightly. Like, I don't quit something, you know, like walk away from anything unless I'm like ready to walk away from it. You know what I mean? So
I don't quit on things too often, but when I do, you're dead to me.
Exactly.
Like, you do not exist.
Yeah. And it took a lot for me to actually walk away from my show on Saturday mornings as well. But I eventually had to, because as much as I love RSG and the RSG crew, and I love just hanging with them on Saturday mornings, twofold. One, it was something I had to do every single week, and I'd been doing it for years, like 3 years we'd been doing.
Sometimes the obligation can be too much.
The obligation was a lot. And two, one, it was on a game I wasn't playing anymore. But two, I was starting to hear questions, lots of questions I just couldn't answer anymore. And it was like, so they were starting to lob me lots of softball questions. And I was like, you know, when it gets to a point where they're just asking you those.
Sorry, guys. I feel like the training wheels just got put back on, so good luck with that.
The same softball questions every single week, because they're trying to like keep you on the show, because they feel bad, and they're like, you know, we're going to give you the same softball. I'm like, I'm not even worth anything now. Like, I can't answer those questions about that composition or how you get through that event. I never even played that event. Right. So it was one of those things. Yeah.
Haven't been on the forums. I haven't really sat there to theory craft. So George, I don't know what teams work together.
George says, back at Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, not me. This is actually SureShot's account. If you look on the top left of your page, you'll see SureShot. So SureShot.
You'll see all the energies that are going to annoy a lot of you and say, what are you doing?
144, 97. Yeah. Of course, 97 on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for checking in. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to be in your account today. So here is the Wand of Power. Have fun. I want to see your character list. I want to see what you've done. Didn't you just recently get someone really, really cool?
Really, really cool.
What's
really,
up, Grande
really
Verga?
Yeah.
You can hit show if you'd like on his show, Grande Verga.
Show, hide, show.
Yep. Let me see your characters.
There's a great analogy in here for relationships.
Okay.
You know, like if Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes was your girlfriend and she's cool, you get along really well. There's never really been huge, horrendous problems per se, but you know, something has kind of kept you together for like 4 years, but you're realizing now that it's probably never going to turn into marriage. It's not going to really be something that's not completely fulfilling to you. So instead of just calling it quits, you just kind of put it on the back burner. You know, just kind of we'll get to that when we feel like it, kind of thing. So this is my girlfriend that's still hanging around that I haven't broken up with yet.
George says, so SureShot's Batman and I am Robin. Yes, something to that effect.
I mean, you know, you can't really help it, but I'm Batman. So
Batman.
Yeah, all that to say, this account is not gone dormant by any means, but sometimes it can be 3 days before I'll participate and kind of catch back up. So it's not been as consistent as a lot of them. So for a lot of you, if you haven't gotten them yet, you'll be jealous. For those of you who've been playing as long as I have, you'll be like, what? Only 4 million GP? Wow, dude, get with it. But yeah, I just recently picked up this royal red pajamas pain in my side. If it'll load. Yeah, this guy right here, Mr. Baron von Underbite.
He is going to help you out very much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Once he's going to take his lightsaber and he's going to throw it at you, or maybe his jaw. He doesn't know either way. So he's needing a lot of the newer pieces of gear that are also a big pain.
Those are kind of old, man.
But
those are old news now,
new-ish,
aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So
news.
there's a lot of them that I can't really even think about too often, because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, look, I got one, and I need 150 to move up one gear level. So, all right, good.
George, SureShot is not completely free to play anymore. He's mostly free to play.
Yeah.
If you remember,
way back in the day, there was a few expenditures. Yep. Oh, and on that live stream.
Yeah, on the live stream in December of this last December, you guys, the viewers, actually raised $100 to keep him playing. And guess what? September is here and he's still playing, so the $100 kept him going for another almost year. So good on you all.
Yeah, you guys all revived my interest in the game again. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he was mostly free to play. He'd done like a little here, a little there, but I think he was, for his lifetime of playing over 3 years, like under $200 or whatever. But you guys had bought $100, that one. What was it called? What was that pack called?
The Cyber Bundle. What? Not Cyber Monday. No, what do they call it? the Mega Pack, Cyber Pack.
The $100 pack last like fall, like last winter.
Help me out here, guys. Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Whatever it was, you guys all know. Mm-hmm. What was it called, Grande Verga? The $100 pack where you went flying through the Millennium Bundle, or what was it? Hyperdrive Bundle. The Hyperdrive Bundle. That is it.
Thanks, guys.
The Hyperdrive Bundle. Yeah, so you guys donated $100 on a live stream, and we used that $100 on his account to buy the Hyperdrive Bundle, and that got him, because he was actually, before that live stream, going to literally quit. Mm-hmm. Like me. I was already quitting. Like, I had already made that determination. I was going to quit. I just hadn't actually quit yet, but I was already placed on my heart in October to quit. Yeah. And then I was working towards that. And it was January 2nd when I woke up and had zero desire to play the game. Like, I just literally woke up and had no desire.
Yeah. It was to go grab me like,
what was weird,
what
was weird is I went over 4 years playing the game every day and never missed a daily in my life. And thank you, Josh. Thanks for the donation.
Hey,
this is good to see you doing some Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Azrael, what's up?
Some little, just
yeah. And so, but I never missed anything ever. Never woke up and didn't collect my morning energy. Like, who doesn't do that? Like, you do that. You collect your energy, right? Well, I woke up and went to work, and it was like 2:00, and one of my coworkers who I'd gotten into the game, he played it for a little bit and then quit. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me. It was 2:00 in the afternoon. We weren't busy that day. And he goes, I haven't seen you on your phone. Like, that was weird, because he'd been working with me for already 4 months or whatever, and he'd see me every day on the phone every day. Mm-hmm. And
Pimo,
yeah, Pimpo,
yeah,
and he's all, hey, have you played the game? Like, have you collected your free energy at noon? And I was like, my free energy at noon, my free energy in the morning. Oh my gosh, like, I haven't even played the game. And then I was like,
wait a second.
I don't even...
You know when I'm supposed to collect my energy?
I don't even want to go in and collect my noon energy. Like, I don't even care. Mm-hmm. And that was weird, because in that moment, I realized on January 2nd at 2 p.m., that was like a moment. Like, I didn't even want to go into the game to even collect the energy at noon. And I hadn't even played it until noon. And I was just like, I don't even want to do the climb. Mm-hmm. For arena. And that was weird. It was just a snap.
When it becomes work, overnight. It's just kind of like, oh, hold on a second here. I don't know if I got it anymore.
Yeah. So let's look at your stuff. Yeah.
Been scrolling through here kind of slowly. As you can see, there's not the copious amounts of Gear 13 that I think a lot of people probably have at this point. I was going through my, when I registered for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg to be able to look at all my information on there.
Yep.
I joined that one in June, but I'm pretty sure I actually started playing the game in April. So we've definitely eclipsed 3 years now that I've been playing the game. So
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't day one for me, but when you brought it up and said, oh, this is this great game, you got to play it. Me and Dostradamus are playing it. My brother's playing it. It's like,
I think you're at basically $100 a year investment.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
well,
$100
no,
a year.
it's been 3 years, so yeah, basically.
3 years, $300. So you're basically at your
about-
lifetime.
I wouldn't say I've got anything over 200 at this point, but because even
So mostly free to play. I mean,
Yeah.
you're literally probably less than $10. If you broke it down, 200 divided by 3 years is 36 months. 36 months divided by a couple $100. I mean, what is that? 36. Let's see, 200
Not a lot.
divided by 36. That's $5 a month. You're mostly free to play. I mean, you've spent $5 on average.
I spent plenty more money on worse things. So
Yeah, you spend about $5 a month on average.
Yeah.
You're a goldfish. So you're not 100%
like on
free to play anymore.
taxes, vehicle registration, insurance, wasted my money on 10 times worse things. So
Yeah, $5 a month, $5.55 a month on average. But I mean, it was like you went free to play for a long time, and then you dropped like an $80 bundle, and then you went free to play for another like year, and then you dropped like a $40 or $50 bundle or whatever it was.
Yeah, so basically that when you mentioned that, I was just kind of like, I'm not interested in another game right now. I just got done playing this other one called Invasion, Modern Warfare, and that just took way too much time and money from me because that was a game where you were required to be there for certain events, and if you didn't shield your base in time, somebody could, something much bigger than you, a guy who's spent it was crazy. The conversations on that forum on a regular basis was all about, I found another guy who spent over $100,000 in this game.
Yep.
And I was like, when I first heard that, I mean, like, you think, oh, that's a joke. I mean, like, obviously nobody spends $100,000 on these cell phone app games. Are you kidding me? Until I actually started looking into it. A couple of them joined our guild. I joined a different guild that eventually was with all people that were literally making that joke. Like, oh, yeah, like, I'm surprised you got on here. Like, literally every one of us has spent $100,000 or more on this game. And I'm like, there's 50 people who've done that, but I can't imagine how many, even more beyond that. But that game did take a lot of time and money from me. But when you're investing that kind of money, you leave your base unshielded, they go and just wipe all of your defenses clean, and you got to rebuild all of that. It's like, yeah, somebody just caused you like a $2,000 day basically to get that revamped. And I was like, I'm literally part of this madness. So I wasn't about it. So when you convinced me to join this one, I was like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. But thanks to being next to this guy every day, this is actually still a possibility. So it got in there. It's like a little gnat in my brain. I still think about it once in a while. So if I haven't logged in for a day, it's like, got to go in there and do that. So maybe I am actually logging in every day, but like serious playing and grinding and putting time and effort in, definitely don't do that much anymore. But I did say back when I was thinking about quitting that if I finally finish off a few of the characters that I really wanted, then I can call that good enough and say, okay, yep, I'm good and done with the game now. So
what were those characters you had to have before you quit?
Well, I really liked I had already gotten my Jedi Knight Revan, and I went ham on him because I am a Jedi fan, and I definitely like seeing all lightsabers across the board with that synergy with all Jedi tags because they didn't have that up to that point. So I remember when we actually had the announcement video of when Jedi Knight Revan was coming out, and we were all like, oh my gosh, we've been asking for this for years, greatest character ever, next to Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, but yeah, greatest character, finally going to happen. Got him, made my whole arena team, which I think I've actually been running this arena team for like over a year or something. So that's like, obviously that's something that's pretty ridiculous. You don't usually keep an arena squad going for that long, but that's the wrong one.
You can just, click up top.
But there's a setup as it stands right now.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah,
I
totally.
used that for years.
Totally classic.
For like 2 years.
Surprisingly enough, it's still pretty high. There's still plenty of people using Jedi Knight Revan. There's
my
a pretty
free-to-play
cool
account used that. I went from Phoenix Squad to a Bastila lead to a Revan lead, and that's how I quit my free-to-play account.
Yep.
Was that. And I tell you what, my free-to-play account, it was amazing what I was able to accomplish with that account.
Oh, yeah. That was impressive to see how quickly that moved up to that level. I was just like, good grief,
But
dude.
then I hit a wall pretty quickly. I got to Darth Revan, and then Darth Revan I got, but then I couldn't get Malak. And without Malak, I just started to fall. And I was having a really hard time climbing, and it was like hard to stay in the top 20. And then my crystal income started to fall drastically, and I was having a really hard time climbing into the top 10. and sometimes into the top 20. And so it became a real chore. I had to really map out exactly my climb, like 2 to 3 hours in advance. Exactly. And sometimes I'd have to climb like 4 hours in advance to get into the top 10. Because if the further up you go, the less you fall behind. So sometimes I had to climb like 4 hours in advance because we were shard mates. So a lot of people were like, oh, it's Warrior, I'm not going to hit him. I'll go around him. So then you wouldn't fall as far, and then I'd have less of a climb. So I'd have to climb earlier to try to not have to, because if you just don't do anything, you fall to like 25 or 35 or 45, and then you have to climb in an hour all the way through all of these teams, all the way up to number one. You have to do a million battles through a bunch of like allies. And they're like, why are you hitting me and stuff? So you'd have to spend all day trying to navigate non-allies and the right team, the teams you could actually win against, which for me were mostly General Grievous teams. Yeah. I actually had the General Grievous team down. I knew exactly the kill order and exactly how to take out General Grievous teams with my Jedi Knight Revan teams. To the point I made a video to show everybody, because I was just like, well, this is exactly how you do it. And, and then Darth Revan, some lesser Darth Revan teams, I could do that. And I would climb through, but my Darth Revan wasn't ready yet because I didn't have Malak. And without Malak, Darth Revan was trash. But anyway, it was just too much work. I was literally spending like 4 hours a day climbing, plus ships, plus then I had my main account. And my main account, I had to keep up on it. So then I was doing that. But then when they announced Galactic Legends, and it was Kylo and Rey, I was like, to be competitive, I mean, you look.
Right.
To be competitive, you have to have
this is just in my shard, which is obviously relatively new in a lot of regard. I think it was probably only
2 years newer or whatever.
2 years newer, something like that. So we're definitely seeing some Galactic Legends up there, but a few little interspersed. That's kind of unusual to see a Padme team still in there.
Yeah, but so basically it's all Galactic Legends. And so my point is like, I knew that.
And maxed out Legends too, man. These guys spent some money.
Exactly. And so, you're going to have like one or both. And so you're going to have the maxed out team to go along with it. And I'm like, this sucks because...
Hey, look at that.
A lot of people are going to...
Guarantee you, though, this isn't a Jedi squad. They're just using Revan as a leader. I mean, it is a Jedi squad, but it's not the typical. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got Luke, and that's nuts. So anyway, I'm just like, I'm going to have to invest another, $1,500 to $3,000 and keep up with the Joneses. And like, why? I'm so like over it. I'm so exhausted. I don't know. When something becomes a chore and is no longer fun for you, you should just not do it anymore. I kept telling people that, and it's like, I'm not taking my own advice. So I had to take my own advice. But it's hard when you're addicted, when you play, when you for a long, like when you do it for a long time, and people were like, well, if you stop, your YouTube channel is going to die. I'm like, I had to get to that point where I was like, I don't care. I love hanging out with people and chatting. And if I lose thousands of people who don't want to hang out with me, that's fine. Whoever wants to hang out on a Wednesday afternoon, that's who I want to hang out with. So everybody who's listening to the sound of my voice, y'all are cool, yo. Because you're the ones I want to hang out with.
Y'all are where it's at.
Yeah.
Because you're all here.
Exactly. True friends. Helen X, what's up, my friend?
It's actually, I was a little bit surprised to see that many Galactic Legends in my top 50 of my shard already. That is a little bit surprising. I mean, I guess, how long did the actual Galactic Legends come out? One of the biggest complaints I guess I had with that was, if you're going to talk about legends, all right, so like old school, people have been around for a while that had that name and that clout for them, why in the world would Rey and Kylo be one of them? Because they're new. Like, they're not old hand or whatever. As far as like the whole Star Wars universe is concerned, I thought, okay, well, they're the trendy ones right now. So they did bring that back around to have Luke and Palpatine now, but I was kind of like, really, if you're going to call them Galactic Legends, you've got the two youngest bucks on the block right now, and you're acting like, well, okay, that was a little bit odd to me, but they're trying to listen a little bit. They're taking a grain of sand with every worthwhile recommendation they're getting, and that's why they kind of went with this. But just to go back to what we were talking about earlier, the people that I was saying that the characters I was saying that once I got, I'd be done with the game. I was all happy about Jedi Knight Revan. When Darth Revan came out and was wiping the floor with me for a while in Arena, I was like, okay, I can't have this, because of course, as they always do, they make the evil characters more powerful. And that's something that I feel is kind of weird, because in the movies and the comic books and the books, it's a completely different story, or at least a little bit more even, whereas in the movies are concerned, well, if you're a Jedi, good luck, you might get lucky kind of thing. So I was or I was having a problem with that. So I'm like, okay, fine. I still like Revan. I'll go ahead and say, all right, once I get Darth, Revan, and Malak, I'll call it quits. Well, as you can see, Darth Revan did happen, and didn't really take a whole lot to get him up to this point, to get him to Gear 13. Only one relic, obviously. But now that I have Malak, I'm like going, cool, I finally got him. But man, the grind for getting the currency to buy his shards from the shop now.
Yeah.
I had 18,000 ready to go when I finally unlocked him. And believe me, they made the light side event worse. It was quite a bit worse. I had to actually, after going after warrior strategy, I even tried mobile gamer strategy. I eventually came up with my own to finally beat it. And I had to use a variation of the two with just a few little tweaks here and there to finally eke it out. And of course, it was still only a 2-star. I didn't get away with everybody at that point. So I was just happy to get him and be done with it now. And now moving up towards that. So it kind of made the game fun a little bit, gave me something to chase. But I'm almost kind of dreading the day when it gets around to a Gear 13 Malak, because then I'm going to be like, I don't know. What else is there? I'm certainly, in this account, not going to go for the Galactic Legends. There is the Mando. He's there's fun. He's more of a personal pet project, because as far as I know, he's not really
farm him
in
yet?
any team. You can farm him now, yeah.
Are you farming him?
I am farming him. That's
So
what
farm
I've
him.
that's
Let's
what I've
do
replaced with my
He's in fleet node.
yeah,
That
my
makes
fleet node.
sense.
So, because I was going for Shock
Wah,
T,
wah, wah.
and I complain about long grinds, long farms or whatever, but Shock T has definitely topped them all now. I don't know what in the world has changed or gone about it, but I mean, like, literally, I would go 4 days with nothing, and then I'd finally get 1 or 2. So it was bad for a while. So I'm like, good. Somebody I can finally trade out with him now and do something different with that. So he's now just there for the heck of it, because, this is the way. So
This is the way.
Still doing Droideka, just because I'm still talk about slowest grind ever. Nobody cares about ships anymore these days, especially in my shard. I've barely kept up with it or paid attention. I'm still 97th. I've never really broached 100th.
I never thought about him being slow, because on my free-to-play account, that was one of the first ships I went after, because immediately you go after the ships that you need to get the Millennium Falcon, and you need this ship for the Millennium Falcon. So
I've had him 5-star for over a year now.
Immediately went for the Millennium Falcon, and because of that, I went to go 7-star this ship, and you get Droideka on the side, like as a side effect. So I put him in my
favorites on my characters, but come to find, I should actually go through ships to mine for or to farm for a certain ship, because I swear they go, oh, you actually went through the ship portion to find it, even though it's attached to Droideka. If you go through Droideka, you'll get more shards for him. If you go through the ship one, you tend to maybe get 1 for the ship.
Is that what do they call that? The bias?
Whatever bias, but then this is more typical, So when it goes through one to the other, like, so if I go through Droideka now in a different situation, I'll get 1 Xanadu blood shard. Or I can buy them for too much. So
use all your crystals to level them up. Hey,
just give them 1 extra
star. Give me everything you've saved for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So they've been up in my favorites there for quite a while, but as you can see, we're not really cruising through to 7 stars on that yet, because the only other 2 bounty hunter ships I need to get a 7-star Han's Millennium Falcon, and you have the event available to you now, because I think actually they just announced that gas is now available in the regular.
Really?
Heroes
On the journey guide?
Yeah. I think he did just pop in there.
Can you do the featured ones yet? Are they available to like?
I mean, you can look at it and see how pitifully you stack up against it. Yeah. There you go. Look at those synergies. Check out the activity here. You got anybody ready? No, you don't. You have nobody ready for such a thing.
No, the other ones, the new ones.
Well, they're the newer, but yeah, you can look at them.
Yeah. Now go prerequisites.
You can say, hey, what's going on here? Yeah.
Okay.
You can see, oh, look at that. Reach player level 85. Woo! All right, guys, first step down. It's going to happen. No problem. Just got a Gear 13. Well, I got a 7-star all these guys first, because, of course, they have a lot of worthless ones in there.
Let me see what these are. All right, so you have to have an Obi-Wan to Relic 5. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Rey, Jedi Training to Relic 7. Holy shnikes. C-3PO Relic 5. Mon Mothma Relic 5. I don't even have that character. Yep. That's a character, I guess. C-3PO and Chewie. 3PO is a new character?
Well, it's a new character because it's in Empire Strikes Back when Chewie's running around with C-3PO parts on his back. They've made that a character now because we needed yet another Chewie, didn't we?
Wow. Oh, wow. Hold on. Go back up. I wanted to see. That's Relic 5? I don't even have that character.
Yeah. Oh, no. They all have to start
Galactic
off Gear
Legend
13, and they all need to be, I think the lowest for the last Galactic Legends was a Relic 3. Everybody has to be 4 or higher
Luke
now.
needs to be Relic 7, R2-D2 Relic 7, Han Solo Relic 6, Chewie Relic 6. Those are easy. I got those already. Rebel Y-Wing, 6 stars. I got
one of the new Rebel Y-Wings.
Actually, I don't know if I have the Rebel Y-Wing. I can't remember.
That's a newer ship. I don't
And
think
then
you
they
have that one.
don't know about those
Yeah,
two.
they haven't released all that yet. So, yeah, it's it's a monumental, mountainous task.
Monumental. Let's see the prerequisites.
So there's what I have available for that. Yeah, of course, these guys. And you guys will see at least 3 characters in here. You're like going, what the heck, man? You don't have that character? It's like, no. When it announced, and yeah, they have it up there for what seems like 2 days, even though they claim 6 or whatever, and then I happen to log in here and there. I never take the time to go and actually get those characters. So there's been a few now that I'm going to have to farm from scratch if I ever want to get them again, like one of the new ones being Admiral
Palpatine
Pyatt.
7, Vader 7, Royal Guard 3. At least it's only 3. I
Okay,
think
sorry,
I have Royal
take that
Guard
back.
3,
Royal
actually.
Guard is the lowest relic
Admiral
requirement so
Pete,
far.
I don't have him. Director Krennic 4. Ugh. I don't think I even have him relicked. Maybe
Almost
I have him
as
relicked.
bad as on the last ones where they made you put Rose freaking Tico to Gear 13. On top of that, they want you to put her to Relic 5.
Oh, yeah. That's not good. Legend of Palpatine. Sidious to Relic 7. Wow. Maul to Relic 4. Dookie Pants to Relic 7 or 6.
Yeah.
Sith Marauder to 7. I have that. Imperial TIE Bomber to 6 stars.
Another new ship.
That's a new ship.
New tank.
No, the TIE Bomber. I have that.
Yeah.
That was one of the last ships I got. And then Forthcoming. Forthcoming.
Yeah, forthcoming. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, so yeah, they've already got Jedi Knight Luke in there.
Let me see. Oh, that's.
And
I don't even. That's a new character. What's the prerequisites for? What's the?
I'm surprised they don't have it in there. You need to have to start off with. You need to have a Gear 13 Relic 3, I believe, Wampa. To start off in the Empire Strikes Back, where you fight him in the cave, and then past that, it gets even more ridiculous. There's a few characters in there. It's like going, why even have these? Why do you even need these?
So recommended 7-star Relic Tier 5. Wow.
Yep.
Relic Tier 5 for all of them, and Lando. Oh gosh, old Lando too. And Hoth. Ooh. The Hoth characters. I guess that makes sense, right?
To a certain extent, but again, Gear 13 Relic, you can't just go in there with somebody that's really good Gear 12. No. You minimum starting off with Gear 13 and Relic. So they're acting like now that, oh yeah, every character's Relic 5 or so, right? Like you may be working at a few towards 7.
I will tell you, anything to Relic 5 is doable. Anything above Relic 5 is ridiculous because Relic Tier 6 and 7 is nearly impossible unless you're spending buku money because you run out of the Relic materials at 6 and 7 like that. I mean, they're just at 6 and 7, it's impossible to keep.
If you forego everything you're doing Cantina energy for, then yeah, that's one way to do
the
it. No,
materials are just impossible for 6 and 7.
For 6 and 7, yeah, I'm saying, but to get any relics, you have to forego whatever you're doing on Cantina because it requires all of your Cantina energy for a week to get one guy to 5 or whatever. So
right. Yeah, no, this is nuts. That's absolutely crazy. That's a new character. So there's at least 5 new characters that are important characters. Where's that new Chewie 3PO character? I want to see that one. Is it in the Journey Guide?
No.
Should be.
Nope, he was a pretty mundane event. You get him up to 3 stars or whatever the first day, and then after that, he's farmable now.
Yeah, but shouldn't he have an event?
Nope. Not like as far as that goes.
Really? He's not dropped in that event?
At least, I mean, I might be wrong.
I thought all
I haven't
characters...
haven't looked in there for a while.
I was going to say, oh no, they go into the Journey Guide after a year, right?
You'd think so, but Jedi Knight Luke is definitely not a year old yet.
Huh.
But no, they don't have Chewie 3PO in there because he's, what do you call that event when we just basically they're giving it to you? It's not a journey guide. It's not a hero event. It's
marquee.
A marquee. Yeah.
Huh. Oh yeah. Okay.
He was a marquee. They're like, guys, come on, pay attention to the comments here. We got this all for you already. You're all
Doc
playing more regularly.
says SureShot pretty much has the characters farmed. You should go for Jedi Luke.
For Jedi Luke. Oh, I do have Wampa, but he's only 7-star Gear 8, so no relics. 13. He's going to be a while. I have to go all the way down to
I want to see Fishnet 3PO.
Is he considered a? I don't know if he's considered a scoundrel or not. I mean, you'd think he'd have that tag.
What, Fishnet 3PO? No.
Interesting.
Oh, Grief Karga. I forgot about him and Cara Dune and all of those. Those are a lot of new characters in the game.
Yeah, Cara Dune's either helpful on a scoundrel team, or when you go to a rebel team, then she's suddenly a tank.
That's kind of cool.
It's contingent solely on that. What am I looking for here? Rebel. Oh, that's right. They got Rebel Fighter in there now, too.
Ooh, what's a Rebel Fighter tag?
Probably the same as what Chewie 3PO would be. Oh, that's right. Didn't even get him. There he is.
There's another Chewie with 3PO.
And you don't really get any major benefits for having 3PO on your back, I guess. I don't know. I've not really done much with him. Don't really care at this point.
Ooh, it's a protection recovery thing. So that is for PvE. That character is for PvE all the way. That is for the
I must tell
to
you
be able to survive those rounds, round after round after round after round on those PvE rounds. Yeah.
Fishnet 3PO.
40% of the max health. Yeah, Fishnet.
And I think he's got, is he two Zeta? Pretty much any new characters are 2 Zetas these days.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. But anyways, yep, that's the new tag on add-on money grab 3PO Chewie there, which is kind of funny because he's a 3PO before he's a Chewie, so he's just the transport for the pile of parts.
That's interesting. Yeah, interesting character.
Yeah.
What's the Rebel Fighter?
Then,
Let me see what's in that tag. That's a new tag.
But the Mon Mothma was an interesting one because she's pretty much just a support leader in a sense, and she can revive and she can give you health and health regeneration, whatever. But it's not really. Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of trash.
Other than Cara Dune, who's a pretty legitimate character.
Yeah, but I bet the trash becomes not so trash.
I don't know. There is a part of me that would love to go back to a Wedge Biggs combo and
remember the days
relic them out all nasty.
Wedge lead Biggs Baze Chirrut +1.
What they call it, the Wigs combo.
Yeah, Wigs combo and the Chase.
Wigs and Chase. Yep.
Wigs and Chase.
These guys are part of my my arena team for quite a while. I had them with I think eventually got Han Solo in there, but
you should give Mon Mothma both her Zetas.
Yeah.
Do you have Mon Mothma? Let me see your progress with her.
I think I let her go by the wayside as well.
Wayside.
I don't think that I unlocked. Oh, no, I did unlock her.
Oh, you did. She's a 3-star. She needs some help.
Oh, yeah. She's anemic as all get out, but I don't care.
She's anemic. Seriously, though, she's pretty dope.
Under Mon Mothma? Yeah, that'd be a good one. Because she can also, with her Zeta, call a Rebel Trooper. But that only happens under a set of circumstances, too. I think you need to have a certain person in your team. How's that work, guys, when you get... Because I've played her before in a couple of different other situations, and she was never able to call this Rebel Trooper because I didn't have the right team or something like that.
Somebody come get her. She dancing like a stripper. Mon Mothma. She's viable at 3 stars, and with the Rebel fighters you've got. Wow.
No kidding. I know there's probably a lot more that I can do with my account than I have going on with it right now, but like I said, this was my guy for all that kind of strategy. I don't watch YouTube videos. I don't go on the forums. I don't think I've literally ever read a full.
Well, here's your help right here. People are helping you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this and start playing.
Frank
around
Brown
with it
says
more,
the health pools get crazy. All the rebels.
Yeah.
Matthew helps out. Yeah.
Viable at 3 stars, huh? That doesn't happen too often anymore. At least
he beat a Gear 12 Newt team with her, with that low of a Mon Mothma team.
Nut gun, right? Yeah.
Pretty neat. That's pretty neat.
As you can see, a lot of my account is very old school when it comes to old meta in a lot of ways. But yeah, the main team that I'm trying to work on right now, I wonder if I have those in my
Steve
squads.
says, I should get back into the game. Looking at your account honestly makes me want to jump back into my main account, but I already know if I did, I would immediately want to start spending to catch up, and I don't want to spend
money. Did I not make a team for that yet? Oh my goodness, I haven't. What am I thinking? We'll adjust this one. How about that? Let's go ahead and get you all out of the way there. Show you the team that I would like to max out, and then see where my allegiances lie from there. I have to go to the bottom of the barrel here for the other 2 that I needed to put into this one, because this is the combo that was the biggest bane of my existence for a long time.
Bane.
And now I've figured them out, and I don't care.
Matthew,
I still want them.
Mr. Wonderful, are you back, Warrior? No, this is SureShot's account. I'm just sitting here enjoying SureShot's account. Zevia says, just turned Scissorman back on. You were having more fun with that account anyway. That is true. I was having more fun, but I also hit a wall with that account and realized that I was spending, 5-6 hours in that account, and I was spending no time in my other account. And so one account I was spending a lot of money in, the other account I was spending a ton of time in, and I was regretting both decisions. Yeah. I did not like the money I was spending in my main account, and it was saving me time. And the other account, I did not like the amount of time I was spending, even though it was saving me money. And so it was one of those things where, yes, you can save money by spending a ton of time if you're super smart, but the time investment was way too much for a mobile game. I did not like the everyday must climb. Every day I had to get top 5 crystals. So I had a crystal income that was, worth $100 to $200 a month. So I had that $100 to $200 a month crystal income for free, because you have to have that kind of crystal income for free if you want to compete in this game at the high level and get those kind of, level ups. If you want to be competitive, I'm just competitive. I can't be anything else. I just don't know how to do anything else. Now I play another game. I
am only over a few select things, and video gaming these days is not one of them anymore. It used to be more so in the back in the day, like back when I was a teenager and stuff, but now these days it is definitely not a priority for me anymore, which is sad in some ways, but also I kind of feel like I get a lot more done now. But
Frank Brown says, have him show you Galactic challenges. You'll want to come back. Not.
Yeah, exactly. Those are weird.
Is there any way to earn crystals outside of the daily arena? Yes or no? Is there any way to earn like a 400 crystal chunk daily on your own time, without having to go do an arena climb daily?
No.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure no. Yeah, nothing I can think of.
Didn't think so.
Oh, look, new. What
Please don't show them Galactic challenges.
We don't have one going on right now, though, I don't think.
Somebody come get her. Galactic challenges.
It's because I logged in through. I'm like, why are these all showing up as new? That's right. I keep on forgetting when we log in through BlueStacks.
Claim. Yeah, so I do play another game. It's a silly little disc golf game, but I last week I literally didn't play like hardly at all the entire week. I went like an entire week without playing because there was a tournament last weekend. I played last weekend the tournament, and then I went like a whole week without playing, and then I played one day last week randomly at a random time. I didn't have to do it at a certain time, and then voila, but I'm still at like max trophies in the world. There's only 12 of us.
No live stream luck today, guys.
Nope. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. I should be paying attention for you, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, to make that work correctly.
Yeah, maybe I should push the button for you.
I know you got 20 shards left to go, but let's go ahead and give them to y'all right now. Oh, okay.
So, Frank, I have seen the Galactic challenges. In fact, when they first launched, he came to my house, gave it to me, and said, play this. And it was like paper, rock, scissors. I just kept doing the same thing.
And
no,
that was like Galactic Legends for Kylo.
Yeah. What's Galactic challenges?
Galactic challenges is where they put two teams together, or they put you as a team against another team that makes no sense, and then they have weird little caveats on there. If you don't get so much damage before this many turns, they ramp up and one-shot you. Or another opposite one where it's like, oh, you'll do nothing but sit there and take their offense down, but they'll get so tanky, you'll sit there and they give you a 15-minute time clock because they know it's going to take that long to get through some of these.
So it says, Warrior short version, you don't do arena. You only gear characters you need. You don't unlock characters who need trash to get, then compete in GAC to get top Kyber ranks. I did that, but you still don't get the crystal income that you want. And your ranking up takes a billion years if you do that, if you don't have the crystal income, because the individuals who I watched, their progress was 50 to 75% slower than mine. If they just did exactly what you said, but didn't compete in arena highly. You got to still compete in arena highly to get the crystal income to do exactly that. If you want to focus on the characters you want to focus on, you still need a crystal income to do what you want to do in the game. Crystals are required in this game to do what you want to do. And they just come slower or faster based on whether you are competing in arena. And if you have them slower because you're not doing arena, fine, you'll still get there. You're just going to get there in 3 to 5 times slower rate than if you're competing in arena at a higher level. So arena is clutch. If you have arena and you're competing at a higher level in arena, then you're going to get more crystals, which will help you compete at a higher rate faster. It's why Scissorman did so well, because I competed in arena, and everyone's like, how in a year do you have so many relics? I'm like, because I competed and I was always top 5, always. I had $100+ worth of free crystal income every single month. Some months, $200 worth of crystal income every single month coming in for free. You don't have to spend money when you got that much crystal coming in. It just, that's the way it works. But you spend 6 hours playing a game and you look at your thing and you find yourself at 5 o'clock supposed to be with a customer, and you're like, I gotta poo, I'll be right back. And then you run to the bathroom and you're supposed to be doing a demonstration, and you're like in the bathroom trying to do an arena climb with anxiety, stressed out because you're supposed to be with a customer, but you're in the bathroom. Fired.
I know it all. They're
trying to do
I'm
a
not gonna
climb
get the sale
because I need the crystal income. It's like, this is not right. Like, I am not living my life according to the principles in which I feel like I should be living my life. Like, I'm prioritizing this game over family, over my life, over, anyway.
Over so many things that require more of my time.
But it's because of my competitive nature. You just have to know who you are. If you're not as competitive as me, you'll be fine. For me, I was just too competitive.
If you're not just all about the game and how you play it,
Some people aren't that competitive and they're fine. They're like, hey, it is what it is. No big deal. Yeah, you're not like that, so it's okay. Well, you are like that with some games. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you've never played Settlers of Catan, it's been Game of the Year a couple years in a row, 95, 96, so it is kind of an older game, 97, but it's an amazing game. It got Game of the Year in Germany in 95, got Game of the Year in America in 96. From, wouldn't it? Yeah. In 96, it got Game of the Year. It's still amazing. It's got like 6 expansions. It's so popular. Last night, we played Settlers of Catan, but we played it with the expansion Cities and Nights. And it was the first time I've ever played it with that specific expansion ever. So much fun. I could not stop. I was like, we got to play some more. We got to play some more. We got to play some more.
Which is always terrible because we don't have a whole lot of people around us that are as competitive or like it as much as we do. So sometimes I feel like when we play, it's almost like, come on, guys, we got to drag you in here. So you'll just sit there and be mad and not play well and act like cannon fodder. And
yeah.
But hey, if we can get them to play, I still appreciate them kind of going through it with us because we certainly enjoy it and I'd like to play it more.
Yeah, I wish we had more gamers. I mean, board gamers around us. Like, that's why I love reality skewed gamers, because those dudes and dudettes love playing all sorts of games. Magic the Gathering. They love playing board games. They love playing Dungeons and Dragons. What I'm playing right now, right? They love playing, video games, all sorts of stuff, but not just mobile games. They love playing it all. Catan is super fun. Solomon says, try out Power Grid and Belfort. I don't even know what that is, but I'll look it up. Power Grid and Belfort. Let me look it up.
I think Power Grid rings a bell. Are we talking board games? Not familiar with that one. But I'd like to be. Of course, then it'd be a great game. We'll really enjoy it, and we'll want to play it all the time. Be one that our friends like even less, and then it'll be one more cool game that we'll not be able to play all that often. There we go, yeah. Catan Star Trek Edition? Didn't know they had that. I mean, you got plenty. How many different variations of Monopoly do you have? I guess that just kind of is par for the course, isn't it?
I don't even see what I put in Power Grid and Belfort, and I don't see anything, so I have no idea.
Those 2 different games. So
okay.
Maybe for some reason, you search them together. Like, I don't know what Power Grid Belfort is.
2 fun board games. Okay.
Is that a town in England? Yeah. We're probably talking about Belford. Anyways.
I'd have to take a look at both of those later on. That'd be pretty fun.
So yeah, as far as what I'm working on, it's well, you can see it's pretty much in my top here. I guess I don't really need Juhani or Canderson in there because although I do like the Old Republic for defense on territory wars, I got them all Zated, all Gear 11, and they all do pretty well. So I'm not really too worried about moving them up anymore.
How close are you to getting a Padme team up and running?
A Padme team? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess we can look up what Galactic Republic.
Yeah.
See what all I got going on there.
Seriously,
since they really push Galactic Republic in this game, I think it's become more of it's just been kind of good by proxy to keep on moving through some of these guys. But
ooh, Shock T. Can you take Shock T to the next level?
I can. Here's the thing, though. As we all know, Mark V stun guns to complete are a royal pain in the butt, and everybody needs them, if not 2.
Click on it.
So
And let's see who needs it.
She's waiting for it. That's a Mark V there.
Okay, so who needs... Oh, who will it complete to the next level?
As of right now, Shock T, BB-8, and that Ewok that heals people.
Oh, don't worry about the Ewok.
Yeah. Ewok that heals people. My goodness. This guy, not that guy. Where's he at? The shaman? No, not the shaman. Good Lord. The
Elder,
for crying out loud.
Yeah. Save it.
Oh, actually,
Exo
that's
says
a
save
stun cuff. Oh, stun cuff with a stun gun.
Yep, it's a Mark IV. It requires all of it.
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Well, and I could gear 12 them. Whoop-de-doo. So, yeah, I don't know.
Man, she needs that to get to 9. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, to get to 9. And then, of course, after that, it's going to be more of these stupid cryotechs, too.
Yep.
Because, of course, I completed that one thinking, oh, I'm working on Shock T right now. I'm going to start looking at the clones and blah, blah, blah. No.
Clones are amazing. I bet
They are amazing.
I bet
they're
probably
great.
still
They're
pretty
wonderful. They're also gear-laden as well.
good. I heard the my Geonosis have kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit.
Yeah.
That's so sad. They were so powerful when I
see
left.
full Relic 7 teams getting swiped in one hit every time in Territory War now. I don't know what the exact counter is that people have figured out for that one. I know there's like probably 3 or 4 now that are really well equipped against them, but they just don't hold up. They're decent in offense still. You can still use them to take out other big teams, but if you're going to leave them up for defense now, they're just not what they used to be.
Interesting.
Because even on the event where you can get Wat Tambor shards, I have my...
Vader. Apparently Vader does it.
Yeah. Well, Vader, that son of a gun.
He can solo them now.
Yeah. Kind of like a Wampa to Phoenix Squad.
Wow, Vader by himself can solo it. Mm-hmm. Do you have to have Vader at R7 though, or can he do it at a lower level?
You can do it at a lower level, but yeah, he's gone overkill. Once the Galactic Legends were a really big thing, they reworked Vader, and he was just swatting the Rey and Kylo teams to the side. Like, yeah, whatever. People are like going, I just spent $3,000 on these 2 characters. I'm supposed to hang out in meta for a long time, and now I got a freaking free-to-play Vader, which everybody already has some gear 12 or 13 anyways, and now I can just go and wipe my Galactic Legends? What the heck?
Hey, everybody, you guys need to stop sharing Team Instinct proprietary information about Vader.
Yeah, I tell you, it's all.
Nobody knows this, you guys. You need to stop sharing all
lock.
this. Only Team Instinct knows about Vader. You guys, you shouldn't tell anyone about that. I'm telling you guys, you'll get in trouble. They're gonna be mad.
He's pretty cool though. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is pretty awesome to see him ramp up in the offense that he has when he's relicked. Man, he is just absolutely just one-shotting fools. It's pretty great.
Red Eye Jedi says you traded your Kraken account for a damn disc golf game. Oh, that's funny. Steve says TI proprietary information.
But yeah, unfortunately, Geonosians at this level, I'm still able to get Wat Tambor shards, no problem. I can walk through that event now, which is cool, but that is literally the only reason why I have this team now. And I put them on defense in our territory wars, but still same thing, even at this level, just swatted.
What gear level is my Vader? My Vader is... I don't know about mine. I think it was like Relic 5 or something like that. I don't know what yours is. Salty are we? Zevius asks me. And no, I'm not salty. I'm just having fun. I think it's comedic.
Very comedic.
It's very comedic.
You want to see my pitiful Vader? There you go.
Gear 12.
I only
That's not terrible.
Just recently gave him his leader Zeta, just because I was kind of bored and had nothing else to do with it. Because I think I was doing one of the new what do they call those? The new event. It's
wow, Frank Brown, almost 1 million with the saber toss. That's pretty cool. Although I had an almost 1 million saber toss before the rework, so that's great. But he was really amazing.
His Vader was hipster, man. He was doing it before everybody else was culling.
Yeah. Zevius's smiley face. Yeah. No, I gotta have fun. I gotta poke at them a little bit. Oh yeah, right?
Of course.
I mean, that's an old joke, but it's still fun.
They take themselves too seriously.
They do.
Still, and we're still sitting here going like, killer boots, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even with them at the end anyway, so it's just fun to poke at them.
Mod's they get all upset, in some regard. There's a couple of odd.
Who's at the top of the leaderboard? I want to see. Let's see.
Oh, my shard?
No, just in the game. Go back to the main. Go back to the main. Go to the left. Go to the guilds. Go to your guild thing. Zeta Rip. Eagle Eye says, are you coming back to TI? No. No. I'm not playing this game, but if I ever did come back, which is not going to happen probably, but if I did come back, I would not come
You'd
back
be walking around saying caca all the
Instinct.
time, right?
They accused me of doing a stupid thing and then kicked me out of the guild because they're idiots. So it was ridiculous. I would never go back to a guild that would turn on somebody for idiocy. So go to
pure lunacy.
Yeah, guild manage. I think that's where it's under. Or no, raids, right? Or territory war? I don't know. Click on territory war. Where the hell do we go? I don't remember.
I'm on. We're doing a territory war
Leaderboard.
right now,
there it is. Leaderboard.
14 minutes. Ooh, man, I wasn't paying attention.
Ma. Yeah, 3 of 5. 3 of 5 is Ma.
Oh, stinking Caw Patrol.
That's pretty cool. Now go.
Do you think they've linked up now?
Yeah, Caw Patrol is just the underbelly of Team Instinct. Go over to Galactic Power. They're the ones that actually kind of ruined Team Instinct, in my opinion. But and then for Territory Wars, hey, look at that. Caw Patrol's beating Team Instinct. That's hilarious. I bet they're pretty happy about that.
Old Montana,
Wolfpack,
used to be.
Look at the Wolfpack. Yeah. They're undefeated this round of Territory Wars. Go Wolfpack! Yeah. There's some really amazing character or some people that play in the Wolfpack. There are some really great, and they don't
Arnold's in Ma now. What?
Yeah, Arnold's in Ma. He came to Ma just as I was leaving, so that's pretty cool. Hey, that's pretty cool. Caw and Team Instinct are where they wanted to be. Guild Galactic Power, though, Ma's the highest Galactic Power, 400,000 GP. That's funny.
Million.
The Big Chabowski, who's that? Scroll down to the Big Chabowski. Go back to the leaderboard. Is it just those two things right now? Guild Galactic Power and then Territory Wars?
I guess so.
Go to Territory Wars and scroll down. They're undefeated. By the way, the top 5 are undefeated, but it's based off of who they go against. So it's not really like if go up. Caw Patrol got placed against the biggest GP teams. So if they win, then they get the biggest GP win. So like Wolfpack won against a smaller GP team. So they still go up into the top 5, but they're not going to be in the number 1 slot because who they got placed against by the computer was a smaller GP team that they beat. So they don't have a higher GP than Caw Patrol. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the game decides who you get to fight and stuff. It's rotational.
I was still just geeking over somebody calling him Chupio.
Yeah.
3PO, Chewie, Chupio. That's good.
Frank Brown. That's hilarious. Fake news. Scroll down. He said, go to the Big Chabowski. Where's that? Oh, look, number 9 in the top 10. Hey, very cool.
Is that your guild?
Looks like you guys are undefeated.
Nice.
610,000. Looks like you probably won all of your battles, but you just had some smaller battles, like slightly smaller than the other top 10s.
Yeah, my guild's only a 208 million GP so far, and we do win regularly, which is cool, but I don't think that we'd even be ridiculously even close to this list.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You see a list like this, and you're like, okay, that's cool, but like what shard or what event or what are we talking here? I'm like, we got like 50 different leaderboards, and there's like 45 different number 1s, so I can't keep track.
And it goes back and forth. I know someone sent me a screenshot of the Territory Wars leaderboard at the end, and it showed all the Ma at the top, and now this one shows Team Instinct and Caw Patrol at the top.
How far does this go down? How many? It's
only just I think it goes to either 50 or 100. It's either 50 or 100 it will go down to. I think it's 100. It'll show the top 100.
Just out of curiosity, I don't really think that we're going to show up in there, but
So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Do go to 100, so.
It may go longer. It may go to 200 now. They may have expanded it.
Yeah. You want to see your name up on a leaderboard somewhere? Keep scrolling.
Shadowlands, what's up? Man, I used to do roster reviews, and I used to do so many roster reviews. I do not miss the roster reviews.
I'm seeing repeat names in here. There's got to be a lot of options.
Trolling Instinct? Hold on, look at that. That's actually hilarious.
That's 500 million GP. Jeez,
million
GP. Well, I guess I can just scroll down to the total GP, and that'd be easier to find out to see how.
Yeah.
Because I bet you.
Looks like Ma did lose a few of theirs in this particular
that's how far it goes down to 468 millions. Yep. So I wouldn't be in there.
Nope.
My guild wouldn't be in there, I should say. Ooh, 10 minutes left. How we doing, guys? How we doing? We only have 32 people sign up this time. We're getting to be one of those guilds. It's just kind of like, yeah, we're having fun. We're not really competitive now.
Oh wait, is that you winning?
There it is.
You could go and do a battle, right? Contribute. You could contribute.
Oh, I've contributed. I have contributed.
Oh, can you do any more battles, or are you spent?
Against Night Sisters.
Sandbaggers.
They're all preloaded too.
Yeah.
What up, guys? What's going on here?
Darth Vader. He's good now, so I know with Thrawn.
Oh, my Vader's speed is atrocious. I wouldn't really want to put him on as a leader. I think he's like something not good. I don't think he's even over 200 speed.
You could do a ship battle though, right? Maybe.
And I put all my worthwhile ships on defense, I think.
Yeah, but there's some trash.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to participate today, so that's why I went ahead and just loaded up everything on defense as much as I could. But, what would I have against him?
I don't know. Well, look, you got good stuff. Look at that ship. General Kenobi's ship. Or Thrawn's ship.
Did I not set my ship defenses?
Apparently not.
I don't know.
Doc Diggler, Warriors got the itch.
Would you like to play?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? There's a mouse right there, sitting right there, and there's a game right there with ships. And,
go
and
for it. You got it. That's an easy battle for you to win.
Easy battle for me to win.
Yep.
What was I looking at there?
Kenobi is the ship.
It is, yeah, he is the ship.
I mean, look at that. There's a Kenobi that's got trash in it with 1 reinforcement. Go down.
What the
Did
heck?
that one. Yeah, that's just trash. You could just destroy that easy. I mean, 80. Come on.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and use mace and
and then go down and use
like 3 junk ships and call it a day.
Well, I'd take 4 for 4, but I wouldn't use super junk. Use some synergistic ships. Scissor shot.
Scissor shot.
Xevious says, "Come on, scissor shot."
For old time's sake. Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. We gotta do the whole.
As they merge into one.
Gotta do the whole Dragon Ball Z dance, and then all of a sudden we'll merge, but we'll not hold a pinky in the right position, so we'll come out weird looking.
Whoa, Sith Fighter, no.
Let's see here.
Can you go to Mace Windu's type of ships? Like go to the synergies instead of change all, go to his.
What is his ship called again?
He's
that one, you know.
Isn't he a Galactic Republic? I can't remember. I thought he was Galactic Republic.
Probably. Make the most sense. I say that sometimes I look at their tags and I'm like going, why in the world would he not be a whatever, you know? Let's see here.
Yeah. And then use some, don't use Anakin's ship. Use the...
He's only 3-star right now.
Use the bottom ship. Use the next bottom ship. Use Plo's ship, and then use your top left ship. Yep.
Rexy.
Yep.
Rexy poo.
There you go. And
all right.
With that, you should be able to do it.
You're attempting to enter battle with a squad that is not full.
Hi, Revenator. What is up?
Let's just see who's lying, shall
we?
What
up, Bassright? I'm not coming back to the
wear
game.
One of these?
This is SureShot. This is SureShot's account. Would a woman wear one of these?
That's really on there.
That's really on there.
Would you need some of these? That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend.
Yeah. All right. Middle one.
I was say I don't use Plo's ship at all.
See how you use the middle one, and then the middle one.
Middle one again. Yep. Combine with him.
Yep. No, the middle ship.
Oh, this speed. This speed. We don't need super slow-mo right now.
Yep. And now,
let's go ahead and peg you with the... Oh, I didn't see him taunting.
It's okay. The second one.
Boop, 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 boop.
And
let's go ahead and beef him up some more.
Yep. Because he's there.
Taunt you. Taunto? Oh, no, not that gun. So much build-up for no damage. Not a big fan of what's-his-face's ship.
Go to the third one. Yep, and target your tank. It's fine. And then go to your third one, and you can put that on your tank as well. And then do your reinforcement.
Not too worried about them hitting too hard right now.
Yep. And then do the second one.
Tank again?
No, do your front ship. And
protect your
basic,
front.
Yeah, basic. And then do your third one. And
Over here. Over here.
I know. Over here. Well, there's all your ships. It's 4 versus 4. Now you know what you got. His taunt should come off. Now you can take the guy out in front.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you want to take...
You're four-sided.
Yep,
so
basic.
Go ahead.
Basic.
Basically.
Yep. Target lock to basic.
I do have this capital ship
Basic.
actually all the way up, so...
That one, special. It'll kill him.
Well, this one will kill him too.
Yeah, special. Just make sure he's gone. You just want him gone. Now take him out. Yep. And do the second, the special. And target this one to the bottom right.
That'll prompt him to
didn't-
fly away.
Yeah.
I know, guys. It's getting
And then
kinda,
target the bottom left. Yeah.
It's getting kind of tense in here. I don't know if we're gonna win this one, guys. Hope you're all rooting for me out there.
Yep. You could re-put the tank on the that one to your tank.
Hey, you, stunt. You take that out of there.
And then do the second one because it speeds up your cooldowns. Do that one, the bottom left. Yeah, that one.
Bottom left.
Yep,
Him?
that
Yeah.
one. Yep. Him.
No, him. Yes. No.
Now,
maybe.
now it's confusing. It'll 50-50 with the RNG. It won't know who to target.
It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, you could use his ability again to add more protection. That team just so much protection. It's not even funny. Now you have a prime team to go after another.
Still pretty shocked that they put a team like that up there. It's kind of surprising. They were like going, I don't know, I just fill it in.
Can you play the Rancor? Do you have the Rancor up?
No, we usually sim that.
You sim the Rancor? Oh, that's sad. Icy Hand wanted to see if you could do the Rancor.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of guys that I could totally solo it with, but not doing any raids right now.
No raids. Yeah, go back to Territory War. Let's see if we can do another ship battle. You did good on
Only
that
got
ship
2
battle.
minutes left.
Oh, get in
Seriously,
there.
man.
Get in there.
Seriously, man, you got to do it. You got to take it over. You got to make it happen. Pick it. Yes. He saw a battle. The itch is there. You got to get one out once in a while, just kind of take the edge off. Jeez, what is this garbage?
I don't know.
Well, that would be easy because, like I said, you only got 2 minutes now. So.
Well, I just got to pick one.
You and the captain make it happen. Captain Stubik. Galactico Republico. Who's got the better... Man, I don't got any of the terms down today. Who's got the better reinforcement?
It doesn't even matter. I'll just do these.
There you go. How much time do you got? Less than 2 minutes now?
You guys are terrible.
Yeah.
Encouraging me to do this.
We're all enablers.
You're enablers.
Call your accountability buddies. Tell them you've all done bad and you've not held up your end of the bargain this week. Get back in that AA meeting. Eh? Oh, minute 28, you got this. It's gonna happen. It just happened. Bye-bye. Bye-bye some more. Ooh, took that one like a champ. See that? Whew.
That was actually really pathetic. The teams they
BTL
have
is a
in
tank of the tanks, even at low levels. You want to. Everyone's doing it. Every SureShot's doing it.
there. Every SureShot's doing it.
Cool. Couple extra big boy banners for a last-minute finish off there.
That was just, they had a lot of wimpy teams in there.
That is surprising. Go even more ridiculous. See if I can put a team together real quick. And
Go. Just the top. Just grab them all. Just, dude. Yeah, there you go.
And then we'll auto battle. Let's see what happens if we can do that in like 30
Defeating the
seconds.
secret fleet in the game. Oh my God.
Come on.
I know, Kyle.
Auto.
That was super secret.
Oh, would you load faster?
Just hit auto.
Tension's killing me. Where
Go
you
after
at?
Annie. Yeah. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? No,
You won't be in a second. Oh, Mr. Bonus Protection. Get out of here with that. Come on, only got 14 seconds to kill you. 10, 9, faster.
Oh, wow. It really gave you the time limit of what was left in TV. Interesting.
Oh, and you're taunting too. Let me kill one ship before. Oh, you suck.
Dang.
They say draw. That was a loss. Because you're out of touch. I'm out of time. Time. As we tally results, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think it happened? It's pretty close. I will say one thing, though, that I have to show off just a little bit. Get a look at something here. Let's let's just take a look at this team
Sure
here.
shot? No.
Let's just see what kind of a.
Sure shot. Oh, damn! That's a super strong. Damn.
It was devious too because it was sitting behind the bounty hunters line. People always think, "Oh, that's cool. Just clear the top row, no problem." What is this?
That's crazy.
Why? Why? No, actually, SureShot didn't do half bad.
That's crazy.
Up here because we're talking about ourselves in the third person now. As you can see, when it comes to bounty hunters, especially, not exactly a meta front row team by any means, but one. Oh, hey, Drevin, good job. All right, one. Hey, SureShot, look at you. All right, one of two guys in the front that actually got 2 battles in. All right.
You know what? A lot of times
they sent a trash team in thinking, I got this.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a second, they're modded correctly. Dang it.
That's exactly what happened. They went in thinking it was going to be easy. And
underestimated team.
Yep. And then it ended up not being as easy as they thought.
Yup.
All right. Well, I think it's time for story time. What do you think?
Ooh, yeah, I think we're getting to be about that time.
Yeah. You guys have any quick questions on his roster before we get out of his roster? Yeah, he can show you anything in his roster really quick. Yeah. If you're interested in taking a peek, a gander, a looky-loo.
If you want to know what it's like to be at my level, because I'm on the same level.
Ooh, your new energy.
I'm on the same level.
You did not forget your energy. Although your energy is way maxed out. You may want to spend some of that.
You should do something with that. Here's a knife. Do something with the knife.
What are you working on, SureShot? That's what PH1.
These are the faves up here in the top. Geonosian Brood Alpha is going to go to Gear 12 eventually just so I can round off my Geos. I don't know that I'm going to move them any further than that because, like I said before, Geos are pretty much only there for my Wat Tambor shards right now and doing the territory battles. Padme, so I can eventually put together a Galactic Republic team because I did finally get Jedi Knight Anakin up to Gear 12. Juhani and Canderous are left over from when I was working on a Darth Malak event for Old Republic, so they're probably going to fall out here at some point because I don't use them very much. I'm going to be focusing all my energy into Darth Malak till he's up to Gear 13 and some whatever relic, along with Sith Marauder, so I can finish off my Darth Revan team.
Yep.
Wat Tambor, just because he is kind of plug and play in a lot of meta teams right now and for Arena, so he's got a place there eventually once me and my guildmates get around to getting more shards for him. Sith Empire Trooper was a alternative to Darth Malak because I didn't have him yet, so he's probably going to fall off. Droideka specifically for Xanadu Blood Shards because I eventually want to get a 7-star Han's Millennium Falcon. And then the Mandalorian just because he's cool, he's great, he's awesome, he's amazing. He's all things that should have been Star Wars all the way up until this point, and they're finally coming around to realizing that. So, as always, this is the way.
Yep. And then one question from Kaya says, Solomon said, are you going to go for Luke prior to a GL?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because I am a Luke fan. I've always wanted a Jedi Knight Luke. We finally got him. He's got a couple of dumpy characters. I don't really want to upgrade to that point, but since I have to or whatever, but all of them need to go to Gear 13 and have some relics in order to be able to even be competing in that event. And I think it even has a ships part that is required, even though you don't do a ships event because, requirements. So it's going to be a long grind if I do go for them. But after we Gear 13, Darth Malak and Sith Marauder there, we'll see where my allegiances lie and how much time and effort I have left for the game. So that's
General Skywalker or Luke first? Which one? Probably Luke is probably easier to get, huh?
Luke would be easy. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Because of the requirements?
I think for the requirements, I might be closer to Gas than I would be to the new Jedi Knight Luke.
Interesting.
So one of those two for sure, because they're definitely worthwhile. I think Gas still has a lot more uses in the game and is more user-friendly in a lot of other areas than what Jedi Knight Luke is, even though he's just BA. For more practicality, I would say General Anakin Skywalker. For what I want as a personal pet project, then probably Jedi Knight Luke. But
that was the one character you always wanted when you started. Yeah. You said when they add that into the game, like that's what I'm playing for is that character. Someday they'll add it. And I told you, I said, when that character comes in the game's over because they said that is their like trump card.
Yeah, that's like the last thing they want to do.
Yeah,
and then they
did say
turn around and he's still a great character, but he is not the meta leader that we want him all to be. So. Right. They kind of blue balled us in a sense, and then I don't know what they're going to do with Galactic Legend Luke, but I don't know. We'll see. It's all up in the air right now. I'm still playing to a certain extent, but I'm not to the level that I used to be. So I can only see it slowing down as opposed to ramping up. So we'll see if I make it that far. Anywho,
so let's see. We're going to expand Bam.
And yes, my guild is doing light side geo-territory battles. We're doing all of them.
All right. I think that's good. We're there now. We're going to do some story time.
Make it happen, Captain.
Get your popcorn. Sit down, children. We're going to do a story. This story actually comes out of this week. Crazy story. If somebody would have told me this could have happened, I would have been like, no, that's not possible.
This is a sign of the times story for sure.
It is a sign of the times story for sure. I definitely kind of took things into my own hands and now it's like, whoops. But, it was one of those things where, when something happens, you kind of say, hey, I need to make this right and do what I got to do because nobody else is going to make things right for you. And I'm a warrior, so I'm going to do it for myself.
You were the old lead singer of Fuel. It was in your hands.
Yeah.
In your hands again.
So this, a couple of weeks ago, my wife purchased a very, 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 very rare plant. To put this into perspective, this particular plant, a cutting, we're talking about a 2-inch cutting. It had a little leaf off of it, but the actual cutting itself was like 2 inches long. It's just a tiny little 2-inch cutting with a leaf. That's it. A cutting with a leaf coming from Hawaii. Very rare plant. And it's $300. The cutting, the 2-inch cutting is $300.
That'll grow into something beautiful someday.
But it's super rare, and if you want to buy it in the States, you just can't. There's nobody that sells it because an entire plant, when this plant comes to fruition, which would take my wife to grow this thing 12 to 24 months to have a normalized size plant once she actually takes the cutting and grows it, probably about 18 to 24 months. That plant is worth around $6,000. And so if you had that plant in the States, you'd have it for sale for $6,000. Nobody's going to pay $6,000 for a plant. It's just too expensive for just a freaking house plant that could die. So nobody buys these plants. They're just too rare. So you have to be a green thumb, somebody who's super good with plants, and you buy these cuttings for $300. You have them shipped in, and then you hope that your cutting survives and that you can plant it and survive it. And of course, you have to be really good with plants. Well, this is my wife. She's a green thumb. If anyone knows my wife, they know that this is like her dig. Like we have over 100 house plants.
Very successful, very lush plants all over the house right now. I'll speak to that.
Yeah, and if you've ever followed me on Twitter, I often post pictures or videos from my deck where you can see vines and stuff overtaking my freaking deck. There's plants and vines, and I live in a jungle practically.
It's pretty
at
cool.
my house. It is kind of cool. But we have over 100 house plants. It's absolutely nuts. I try and get her to put as many of them outside as possible because I'm just like, my God. We finally got rid of a ficus tree that was in my freaking bedroom. It was the tree that I tried to duck under and got poked in the eye. If you guys remember that story from last Thanksgiving.
The plant that almost blinded you.
Yeah. Remember that whole story where I got blinded on Thanksgiving night? That was because of all of the plants that we have that I was trying to navigate through. Well, anyway, lots of stick. I took a stick in the eye.
You were getting stuck in the eye. I was passing a kidney stone. It was a great Thanksgiving.
I know, right? So the story goes is she buys this extremely rare plant, and she it's a seller, and he says, I'm shipping it to you. The price was $288, and he's like, here, I'm shipping it. Here is your tracking number. And so he takes a picture of the package, and it says her name, our address, and he sends the picture to her and says it's on its way. It'll be there on Saturday, and then gives us a tracking number. The tracking number says it'll be there on Saturday. So we track the package, and it's tracking all the way to our town, our hometown, and it arrives on Saturday and says it's going to be delivered on Saturday afternoon. Well, on Saturday afternoon, it says delivered, but it says delivered to Loma, which we're in Junction. Loma is next door, but it's 10 miles away from us.
Half hour-ish away, yeah.
Half hour, 10 miles, half hour, 15 miles, half hour, whatever. But it's it's next door. It's like a suburb-ish of our town because it's in the valley, but it's not actually our town. And we're like, what the hey? So we got a hold of the United States Postal Service, and we were like, what's going on? Well, they sent us through our opened claim. We're sorry, that tracking number, for whatever reason, wires got crossed or something, and it shows that it was supposed to be delivered to this post office. And then that USPS decided on their own accord to take it to the owner of the postal thing, which is this address. And they took it to her house. and dropped it off at her house.
It was a P.O. box. It was supposed
but it was supposed to go to a P.O. box.
Right
like for whatever reason, it was supposed to go to a post office box, or at least that's what we thought. And we're like, no, it's this address. And they're like, well, we don't know how it got cross-wired, but it went to this post office box. And so here we are. We're like, oh my gosh, we have a plant that's going to die. It's been sent to a post office box, but the USPS decides to do their own bidding, figure out who owns the box, realizes the plant's going to die, and they take it to the owner out in Loma. This lady is probably just head over heels because she gets this extremely rare $6,000 plant to her front door. And I go to her house because they give me her address, right? They say, well, we're sorry. We delivered your thing here. We're sorry. Here's the address. We apologize. You could file a claim. Have a nice day. Here's a survey. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And it was like, are you kidding me? Are you done? Like, and then we got a hold of the seller and we're like,
for the record, the U.S. Postal Service does not pay out any insurance that you pay for. As of right now, their across the board MO is nope, we deny everything now.
Yeah. And they said, they were like, sorry, if we can help you any further, let us know. Here's a survey. Have a nice day. And I was like, what? And so it's not about that. It was actually a sentimental plant. Her mom used to have this plant. It was something she had. Her mom's not, her and her mom are at odds right now. I'm not even going to go into that right now, but it's a super sentimental plant. She really wants it. So as to remind her of her mom. So this is like a sentimental thing. It's why we spent so much money on this specific plant. So we could raise and have and foster this specific plant. It wasn't just, it's an expensive plant. There's a sentimental reason for this plant. So I'm like, they gave me the address of the lady. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the house. I'm just going to knock on it, ask her and say, hey, did you get a package with my wife's name and address on it? And if so, would you be willing to give it back to us, please? And thank you, kind of thing. We go to her house. I knock on the door. She didn't answer. So I left a note that just said, hey, the post office box and the shipper said they sent our package to you with our name and our address, and they accidentally delivered it to you instead of us. Would you be, decent and call us back, please? And here's our name and address. And she called me back the next day, irate. And she's like, I've reported you to the police for trespassing and you are whatever. And so I'm like thinking like, what the hell? And so anyway, I went out on the porch and I started talking to her and I'm like, listen, the shipper showed me proof that it was my package, gave me the tracking number. The USPS says they accidentally rerouted it to your house. Like everyone's telling me this is my package and I just want my package back. I'm not trying to be a jerk or accusatory. I just want what we paid for. And she was like, I paid for this and I don't have to show you proof or whatever. So I'm like, okay,
Whoa, hold on.
By the way, when we went to her house, we walked up and she has like 1,000 plants in her house. She looked like my wife's house. So, or, like our house. So I was like, oh man, she's a plant person. So of course she's going to want this. She knows what it is.
This went to the wrong person.
Yeah. But anyway, she goes a step further and she sends me the communication she's had from the seller and the USPS and pictures that she bought it. So she actually bought, this is freaking weird.
Mm-hmm. Irony of ironies.
She and my wife bought the exact same cutting for the exact same price from the exact same seller on the exact same day, literally. And then he sent one and gave two people the same tracking number and sent her it and then gave us both the same tracking number for the package. And then we, of course, showed up to her house being like, hey, give me my package. And she's, of course, going, who are these freaks at my front door? And she called the cops and everything like that and was like, these people are trying to steal my plant and extort me and stuff. And I'm just like, whatever. So anyway, long story short, we've worked it out. We understand now in hindsight that the USPS is not to be trusted. Both of us understand that. And two, the seller has been lying to her and lying to me and basically had shipped out one for two of us to one address and has been given us a one tracking number to both and has been telling her, I don't know what this Connie lady is saying, which is my wife, and then has been telling my wife, I don't know what this lady is saying. She has your package. So anyway, there's a scam thing going on here. I don't even know what. I'm guessing he probably had one cutting.
He's just not owning it, not taking responsibility.
Not owning it, not taking responsibility. But what are the chances that two people in the same town at the same time, at the same day, paid the same amount, had the same plant, shipped from the same company to have received on the same day, like happened? Like this just lightning striking twice at the same time. Like it's just so weird. So anyway, Her and I ended up talking just a few minutes ago by text message and stuff. And we got it all.
Lovely lady.
Yeah, she was a bit accusatory and whatnot, and she was a little bit freaky. But long story short, I basically told her, listen, if you were in the same situation, if we reversed roles, would you not want to go retrieve the package that you paid this kind of money for from the individual whom you believed had the package that was yours? Anyway, we figured it out. We're going to have to get a hold of the seller and basically confront him because he's lying to us.
Politely threaten.
Yeah, and figure this whole thing out. Long story short, we're going to do that today. We'll figure this whole thing out, and if not, we'll get our money back through our credit card company. But it's just a very, very weird situation where lightning struck twice, literally, like it wouldn't.
And is going to show you all the big freaking pinholes in the U.S. Postal Service. These are the people that we're trusting with our ballots for the most pivotal election in our American history here. And they not only can tell you the right package with the right person and all that, but what's even worse about that is you get a post office box for anonymity. You don't want to have people know your actual address so that you can go pick up your mail from a different location and you can go back to your address and not have to worry about it. The post office goes and gives them her address. So that's a complete violation of not only their policy, but also of privacy, and it's completely illegal, but yet
I told her, I said, you know what? I said, I understand your frustration with me showing up at your front door and leaving a note on your door. But there's nothing illegal about that. Like I'm a previous law enforcement officer. Like Jehovah's Witnesses do this all the time, so stop. But second off, like I just simply was under the premise.
It was a polite note, and you're getting ridiculously defensive.
I was under the premise that you had my package, and I just wanted what I had paid for. That's all. So I was just leaving a note for you to contact me. I appreciate you contacting me, and we can clear the air now. But you should be bent sideways a little bit like I am with the USPS. They provided me your information because they said you had my package. They gave me your freaking address. It only said post office box Loma. It did not actually have an address. They gave me through email confirmed your address. Like I knew where you lived, not because of like research. Like they just physically said, here it is. Here's where your package is. Go get it. So you should be mad at them, possibly. You know what I mean? Not me. And then two, you should be mad at the shipper because the shipper is telling you, oh, this Connie lady's crazy. And then he's telling me, oh, this lady who took your package is crazy. There's something wrong here with the seller when he's telling two stories to two separate purchasers. There's a problem here. So anyway, we're going to get down to it. But the biggest lesson, I like to have kind of a spin lesson on most of these where you spin and you learn something. The biggest thing for her, I suppose. Yeah, right. The biggest lesson for her, I think, would be don't jump to conclusions. Let's talk and let's learn about things. Let's not be so hasty. Like let's get to the bottom of stuff. But I think that's also the biggest lesson for me. I also came to the table with conclusions and assumptions. I assumed this lady had stolen my plant, that basically USPS had delivered my package to her front door and that she had basically kept it and not communicated to the USPS that she had the wrong package. I made the assumption that she was just a bad person who had a plant delivered to her and she went, ooh, I get to keep this.
Yeah. I'll look this up real quick. Holy cow, that's expensive. Yeah,
I made the assumption she was a woman of no integrity and was keeping a $300 plant because she was a plant person and just wanted to keep a free plant. Never in my mind did it cross my mind that she was a woman of integrity who had paid for that exact plant in the exact day that my wife had paid for it, and that this was a literal mix-up, and that it possibly could have been that she had actually paid for that plant, and that somehow, some way, that was literally legitimately her package, and that somehow it got crossed. And it was just one of those things you just have to take away from this. But I will say I didn't approach it in a aggressive or angry fashion or treat her disrespectfully. I just simply went to her house and left a note saying, hey, you've got a package of ours, please return it. I think because of the assumption of you have a package of ours, please return it. And she knew that was her package. That assumption hurt her feelings. And that's where I think I could have maybe left a note saying, hey, we had a package that we were told by the USPS and our shipper was sent here. If you know of a package that got here, sent here by that, if I could have rewritten the note in a way that was less assumptive, I think I would have not offended her as much. But at the end of the day, she was looking for an offense, I think. But that's the takeaway for me, is just having maybe rewritten it in a way that, your mind is one of those things when your perception is painted a certain way, you look at the world from a certain set of perspectives. And my perspective was this couldn't have possibly been her package. And so you have my package. Could you please return it, be decent and call us back and let us have our package. And then she was like, are you kidding me? Be decent. This is my package. Why are you trying to extort me? And I'm like, well, it can't be because USPS and the shipper said that's mine. And I have a picture of it. That's mine. And then she's sending a picture back saying, this is my tracking number. And this is my name and address on the box. And it's like, well, something's not right now.
Wait, huh?
Yeah. And then I see a screenshot of her conversation with the shipper, and he's saying things about my wife, where he's saying that my wife is crazy and that she's, making things up, which is not true. And all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, now I've got a huge problem with this guy. So anyway, it's just a weird situation that I have never experienced in my life. But you can say, like XO says, what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of yourself. That is true. So definitely wasn't my shining moment in life, but I like to be vulnerable and honest. I don't feel like anyone...
you're owning up to a slight bit of your error in this, which is not much. I mean, you were working off of good information that you were given to by multiple people. So yeah, it's definitely nice that you can take your ownership of your side of it, but definitely not something that was at all overblown in any way.
Oh, and I apologized to her. I wrote her a text message this morning saying, forgive me for this whole situation. Knowing what we know now in hindsight, this situation should have never occurred. I was given completely bad information from a bunch of people. And so I was going off of bad information, and I made some, judgments by coming to your house and leaving a note, assuming you had kept my plant, and it wasn't even mine. So, I apologize for that. But I will say that obviously if the roles were reversed, what person in the world wouldn't want to go retrieve a $300 package if they knew where the package was?
You would probably have somebody trying to kick your door in right now from the way she responded to you.
I know. Well, I'm just curious if you knew from the shipper and UPS or USPS that a shipment had been, according to both of them, had been confirmed delivered to another address, and they're like, here's the address, go get it yourself. We're sorry, we delivered it by hand to this person. You can go get it. What person wouldn't just go to the house and say, hey, I was told my package was delivered here. Do you have it? That was the whole intent of that. And that was why I went. But I don't know. Some people are not forward and not, like that. They wouldn't do that. I am not like that.
Collected, common sense individuals.
Yeah, I am. I'm definitely forward. Yeah, I'm definitely forward. I'm definitely one of those guys. Mr. Wonderful says, what did that shipper think would happen though? Like, if you scam someone out of $300, of course the person is going to try and figure things out. Doc Diggler said it would be cool if she gave you the clipping when the plant matures. That would be cool, but
wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
I think she's still
very
hurt.
Nice and only charge you $300 for it.
Well, she was very rude. She was like, she lectured me, and then she was like, you owe me an apology. And so, you know what?
After I've already supposedly called the cops and filed a report on you.
Yeah. So you know what? Well, and that doesn't matter. I don't even care.
Right.
It's civil and there's nothing there. So I don't even care about that. But two,
just goes to show you her demeanor and her mentality.
I explained everything to her clearly. And then I told her, I'm sorry you went through the situation. This was not a situation you should have gone through to begin with. And it's because of USPS and this guy that we both experienced this. Like, we both are victims in a sense. If you want to be a victim, we both experienced this situation because of these two individuals or these two parties putting us through this because they both misinformed us. Like, this is something neither one of us should have gone through.
Actually, let's take this perspective out even wider here. Don't get me wrong, it was wrong for them to do it and give you the address, but I bet you some poor post office official is getting an earful right now.
Oh, probably. And I'll be honest, I didn't demand that she apologize to me either for the way that she was condescending, rude, and mean. She demanded an apology from me, and guess what? I gave her one. Because in this world, your job is to be the bigger person. You have two choices in every situation: to respond as a child or to respond as an adult that you feel is representative of who you are as a human being. And I felt as a human being and as an adult, I felt I had an obligation and duty to respond to her in a way that was representative of who I am as a human being and as a mature person. And I felt like she had gone through some crazy crap. All of a sudden she had some random person at her door telling her that she needed to give her plan away,
right?
Because it wasn't hers. And in hindsight, we found out it was, in fact, hers. So of course she's like confused and all alone. She lives alone. So she has tons of cameras because she's like paranoid, obviously. And it's 2020. So this is like weird, right? 2020 and crazy. And so, she's just like, what's going on? So of course I made it right. And I apologized to her. I said, hey, I'm sorry this whole situation occurred, and for what it's worth kind of thing. So anyway, that's just a crazy story. That just literally happened. We literally were talking this morning before the live stream. So I thought it would be an interesting
story. If you end up getting
story.
the clipping and it turns into something amazing, you have to call it the WTF plant.
I know, right? Exactly. WTF. Yeah, that would be weird. But anyway, I appreciate you all coming on. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, doing story time with us. Thanks, SureShot, for sharing your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes account. This was not me playing. This was SureShot playing on his account today. That was a good time. Really enjoyed seeing what you were doing on your account and everything. Really appreciate everybody else who just joined on. There was a lot more people than normal, so that was super fun. Mr. Wonderful says, smash that like button. But everybody, yes, as always, XO, keep your gaming on. Warrior, sure